Good morning, students. Am I audible? Please confirm at once. Please confirm. Am I audible or not? Thank you. Thank you for confirming. I have a question, I think. Let me check that. Good morning, everyone. So today we have a question. Today we are going to start with day 2. Good morning, everyone. Very good morning. Okay. Yesterday, some students asked me about the WhatsApp group. That please share the link of the WhatsApp group which they can join. This time I am sharing you the WhatsApp group link and the payment link as well. Whosoever has any doubt, please let me know. I am pasting the payment link. Okay, just a second. I'm pasting the payment link. So this is a payment link I'm sharing you in the chat box. I'm sharing the payment link in the chat box. So this is a payment link. Students, you need to pay the fee here. Now I'm sharing a WhatsApp group link with you guys. I'm sharing the WhatsApp group link with you guys so that it will be easy for you. To join the WhatsApp group. Didn't get the link in the Zoom chat. Ma'am, where are you pasting? I can't see the chat. Okay, just a second. You can't see the chat in the chat box. Okay, let me do that. I'm pasting it again. Can you see that? Please let me know. Still unable to see the link. Okay, just a second. Is it okay, students? No, again. Okay, don't you worry. I'll share it with you. Don't you worry. Just a second, students. Okay. Can you see the payment link now? Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll share all the links. I'll share all the links in the WhatsApp group. Okay. I'll share all the links in the WhatsApp group. Will that be fine? Okay. No problems. I'll share all the links today in the WhatsApp group. No problem, students. Okay. So yesterday we discussed about the history of Python, and I have given you just an introduction to Python. That what is Python? Let us go back to it once again. And let us revise what we discussed yesterday. Okay. We discussed about what is Python. We all know Python is a general purpose, simple, platform independent, highly interpreted and high level programming language. After we discussed about the applications we can run with the help of Python. Later we discussed about the history of Python and versions of Python, downloading process of Python. I've told you Python programming inspired from and features of Python. Then we discussed that Python was conceived in 1980 and implemented in 1989 and officially released was in 1991 Feb 20. Who was the father of Python? It was Guido van Rossum. Then it was developed in Netherlands with CWI. And who is taking care of Python software? Who is taking of Python programming? That is non-commercial organization, that is Python Software Foundation. And we can download it with the help of www.python.org, which is the official website of Python programming. Then we discussed about the version. The latest version is 3.11. Okay, 3.11. And it does not support the backward compatibility. Please take care. Python does not support backward compatibility. Okay. Now, after that, we discussed about the features. We discussed about the 11 features. It was simple, freeware, open source, platform independent language, dynamically typed programming language, interpreted programming language, high-level programming language, robust, extensible, embedded, both functional and object-oriented programming language, and it supports the third-party APIs. Then we discussed it is inspired from functional programming is inspired from C, then object-oriented programming from C++, then modular programming from Modulo 3, scripting programming from Perl. After that, we just started discussing about the simple features of Python. Then Earlier we discussed about the simple, then platform independent language, and third was freeware and open source. So, and later we discussed about the dynamically typed language. So today what we are going to discuss is about the rest of the features. Okay, let us go back to it. Okay. So features of Python continued. As we all know, it is an interpreted programming language. Now, what does that mean, interpreted programming language? When we develop any Python program, we must give some file name with an extension. And what is the extension of Python programming language? That is .py, file name, and then .py. When we execute Python programming, two processes taken place internally. Compilation process and execution process. Compilation process and the execution process. Okay. Then what is in compilation process take place? The Python source code submitted to Python compiler and it reads the source code, check for errors by verifying syntaxes. It checks the source code and it verifies the syntaxes. I have already told you what are syntaxes. In the last class, we discussed about the what are syntaxes. And if no error will found, please remember, whenever no error will found, then what the Python compiler do? It confirms the intermediate code called bytecode with an extension .pyc. Okay, which means file name .pyc. And in case if there will be any error will be displayed on the screen. Okay, in case we got any error, we'll get any error, the error will be displayed on the screen. Now, what is an execution process? In this, the PVM reads the Python intermediate code. What happens here? In this, Python reads the intermediate code. What is an intermediate code? That is a bytecode. And by line, it converts that in a machine understandable language. In the machine understandable language, now we all know what is a machine understandable language. Whenever we have studied computers, whether in the school or anywhere, we know that machine understandable language is a binary code. Okay, I have just a second. I have a question. PVM is Python virtual machine. Yes. And it reads by OS and processor and finally gives result. Okay. Okay, fine. Now, then it finally gives result. Now we all know, hence in Python programming language, in Python programming execution, compilation process and execution process is taking place line by line conversion, and it is one of the interpretation-based programming language. Can we see .pyc after completing? I'll tell you each and everything. Don't you worry. I'll tell you each and everything. Don't you worry. You will be able to see each and everything. You get everything in my discussion. Okay. So hence in Python execution, compilation process and execution process is taking place line by line conversion. And it is one of the interpretation-based programming language. Okay. Now, what is the definition of PVM? And one student was asking me, it is Python virtual machine. Now, what is PVM? PVM is one program in Python software. It is a one program in Python software whose role is to read line by line of bytecode and convert into machine understandable code, which is a binary code, which OS will support Python, ma'am? I'll tell you, don't you worry. We have just started. I'll tell you each and everything. Don't you worry, students. Okay? Okay? This is just a start. I'll explain each and everything. Okay. Let's discuss further. So, have you understood the meaning of what is PVM? Have you understood the meaning of PVM? Now, how does it take place? This is a source code. This is a source code. Let us take it as a source code. Sum.py. Then what happens is Python compiler, what does it do? This is an intermediate code and it will convert into the byte code. Then executions takes place line by line. And then PVM reads line by line of bytecode and converts into the machine understandable language. Which is a machine understandable language? Binary code, and read by OS and gives processor and gives result. Read processor and gives result. Student, I have a call. I am putting a class for a second. I'm holding a class for a second. It's an urgent call. Okay. Please be with me. Thank you for being with me, students. Thank you for being with me. So let's proceed further. Let us proceed further. Binary code and read by OS and processor gives result. Processor gives result. Okay. Let's proceed further. Let us proceed further. Now, what do we understand by high-level programming language? What do we understand by high-level programming language? So, in general, we have two types of programming language. One is low-level programming language, and the second one is high-level programming language. High-level programming language. Okay. Then what is the meaning of low-level programming language? Low-level programming language. In these programming language, we represent the data in low-level data like binary, octal, hexa, and decimal. Okay. In this, just a second, the student has raised the hand. A student has raised the hand. Okay, let me ask. Okay, let me answer him. Yes, Jeremy, please unmute yourself.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi. Yes,
I'm
Jeremy.
sorry, I missed the previous slide. Can you repeat it for me? I'm so sorry.
What do you want me to repeat?
The previous slide.
Okay, I'll do that. Don't you worry. I'll do that. Okay.
Thank
Anything
you.
else?
Just that previous slide.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. Student want me to read the previous slide. What was that? It was just two types of languages, two types of programming languages that one is low-level programming language and the other one is high-level programming language. Before that, we were discussing about the Python execution environment. Okay, how does it takes place? I have explained it in a diagram. Then what is high-level programming language? We have two types of programming language. One is low-level programming language and the other one is high-level programming language. Okay. Now, we represent the data. We represent the data like binary, octal, hexadecimal, and this type of data is not by default understandable by programmers and end users. So it represents the data in lower level, low-level program in Python is a high-level programming language. In low-level programming language, binary, octal, and hexadecimal, these type of data is not understandable by the programmers, as we all know. Can we see here? I have given the examples. Like this is a binary data. This is a binary data. Then we have the octal data and hexadecimal. This is something which is not understandable by everyone. So it is used by high-level programming language. So in these programming language, everyone represents the data in the lower level data like binary, octal, hexadecimal. But what happens is it automatically converts into decimal number system data type, which is understandable by programmers, and the end users. It converts into in high-level programming language, it automatically converts into the programmers and end users language. And Python is one of the best and high-level programming language. Is it clear, students? What is the difference between low-level programming language and high-level programming language? Is it clear? Okay. Now, the students were asking me, the students have a doubt that which OS does it support? Which OS does it support? Okay. Please do remember that Python is a cross platform and will work on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Okay. Which OS will support Python? I have a question in the chat box. So let me clear you. It is a cross-platform and it also works on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Okay now? So let's proceed further. Now, what do we understand by robust? Robust means strong. So Python is one of the robust, strong language. Why? Because of the exception handling. Why it is a robust or strong language? Because of the exception handling. Now, what are exceptions? What are exceptions? Runtime errors of the program are called exceptions. So what are exceptions? Runtime error of the program are called exceptions. So exceptions by default generates technical error messages. Okay. So it will definitely it generates technical errors messages. So now we all know what is exception. Now what is exception handling? Now the process of converting technical error messages into user-friendly error messages is called exception handling. Or the programmer, as I've discussed, it's programmer understandable language. So what does it do? It converts all the technical errors into the user-friendly errors, which is understandable by programmers or the end users. Okay, so if the Python programmer use exception handling, the Python program is robust. If the Python program uses exception handling, so it is a robust language. Is it clear, students? Is it clear now? Okay, let's proceed further. Now, what do we understand by extensible? What do we understand by extensible? The Python programming giving its programming facilities to other languages like C++, which means Python code can also be written in other languages also. Python code can also be written in other languages also, like C++. So it is a extensible programming language. Is it? So it is a extensible programming language. So whatever we are discussing in this class, students, is this all clear to you? It is just a start of Python. We are discussing about the features of Python. So is it understandable to you? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Now let's proceed further. Now, it is an embedded language. Now, what does that embedded mean? Python programming can call other languages coding segment for fastest execution. Okay, so what does the Python program do? Python programming, it can also call other languages coding segments for fastest execution. What does that mean? It means that Python code can call C programming code as well. What for? For fastest execution. Okay. Okay, let's proceed further. Now, what does it mean by extensive support for third APIs? Third APIs, as Python libraries, API can do many tasks and operations. Okay. I have already discussed what is API. We have discussed in the last class. So Python libraries or APIs can do many tasks and operations and enable to perform complex operations. To solve such complex operations easily, whenever we want to solve some complex operations and we are unable to solve it, such complex operations can be solved easily with the help of third-party APIs. Such as NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, SciPy, and Scikit. Okay. Whenever we are unable to perform some complex operations, so to solve such complex operations, what does it do? What does it use? It uses the third-party APIs. Okay. Now we'll discuss about the identifiers and literals in Python. So what are the identifiers and what are the literals in Python? Now let us discuss literals in Python. So what do we understand by literals in Python? Literals in Python are nothing but values passing to the Python program. So what do we understand by literals? These are the values passing to the Python program. Now, whenever we can write any Python program, we must enter inputs such as called literals or values. So in a programming language, let me explain it programmatically. Whenever we write any Python program, we must enter the inputs. And all such inputs are known as literals or values. Hence, all type of values are called literals. Okay. In Python programming, we have 5 types of literals. Students, remember, we have 5 types of literals. They are integer literal, floating point literals, str literals, Boolean literals, collection literals. Okay. So what type of 5 type of literals are? Integer, floating, str literals, Boolean, and collection literals. It is also known as integer value, floating value, str values, Boolean values, and collection values. I'll explain each and everything in detail, students, so you need to remember this. Okay. Now, what are identifiers or variables in Python? When we enter input or literals, they are stored in the main memory. Whenever we enter any input or literals, what happens is they stored in the main memory. How? By allocating sufficient amount of memory space with the help of data types. Okay, some students has raised the hand. Some student has the question. Okay, let me check that. Okay, tell me, student. Please unmute yourself. Your ID is 016745. Yes, tell me. Student, do you have any question?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Yes, student, do you have any question? Student, do you have any question?
Please
I
define
checked
me
it.
the identifier.
Sorry.
Please explain me about the identifier, ma'am.
Identifiers, you want me to explain it again? What does...
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll explain it. Don't you worry, I'll explain it. Okay, Pavan also wants to talk with me. Okay. Yes, Pavan, tell me. Please unmute yourself and tell me. Pavan, you want to ask any question? Pavan?
Hello. Hello.
Yes. Yes, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. No questions from my side. Actually, I'm joining today. Yesterday's class, I can go through recording of this introduction, right? I think that's nothing from my side.
No problems. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Rajiv Sharma has raised the hand. Okay, Rajiv, tell me. Please unmute yourself.
What are the data types?
What are the data types? I'll explain you, don't you worry. I'll explain each and everything to you. Okay? So it is just a start, students. It is just a start. So I'll explain each and everything. I'll explain the data types also. Okay. First of all, one student want me to describe the identifiers once again. What does the identifier mean? Students, whenever, as I've told you, whenever we make any input, they are stored in a main memory. They are stored in the main memory. How? By allocating sufficient amount of memory space with the help of data types. Now, to process the data which stored in the main memory, as a programmer, we must some distinct name, and these names must makes us to identify the values stored in the main memory space. This helps in identifying the value stored in the main memory space. Hence, names are called the identifiers. If A is equal to 10, here A is an integer identifier and 10 is value of variable. And 10 is value of variable. Student, I am just giving you the definitions right now. What I'll do is I'll explain. Yesterday also I'll explain it with you. Students, some students are not even aware of, as I told you earlier also, this is just a start. From scratch level we are starting. Okay. So some students are unable to understand it. To make it understand to them, I am just giving you the definitions. Everything we'll discuss practically in the class. We'll discuss everything practically in the class. Okay. Identifiers, can you explain in single term? You want me to explain the identifiers in the single term. Okay. See, what happens is whenever we make any input, see what you now you need to, whenever we do any input in the form of all the inputs are known as literals or they are known as inputs. Is still here, is this clear? Now what I'm telling you this, all these literals are stored in the main memory. Okay, and whenever we process anything which is stored in the main memory, okay, such distinct names and these names makes us to identify the values stored in the main memory. Let me show you with examples. Let me show you with examples. Let me show you with examples. That will be helpful for you. I'll show you with examples. If A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, just a second. C is equal to, yesterday I've shown you. Now print C, comma. See, what does it mean? So what happens is, whenever we do such coding, it is stored in the memory. It's stored in the memory space. This coding has stored in the memory space, and this coding is known as the identifiers. Whatever stored in the memory space is known as an identifier. Is this clear now? Student, is this clear now? Whatever we do that gets stored in the memory space, and that is known as an identifier. Which one stored in memory, A or 10 value? Everything, whatever coding we've done, that gets stored in the memory space. Once we start with the programs, that will be more helpful for you students. Once we start with the programs, that will be more helpful to you. Okay, then you'll understand it more better. Okay, so the value of identifiers are changing or verifying during programs executions. Hence, identifiers are also called variables. They're also called variables. So all types of input. See, what I did here is I make the inputs or literals, they are stored in the form of variables. Let me show you. See, whatever input I have done, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, then C is equal to A plus B. Whatever input I did it's in the form of variables. And all type of variables are called as objects. All type of variables are called as objects. Okay? Okay? Is it okay, students? Students has raised the hand. Okay, let me answer the questions. Student want to ask. Okay, Sri Latha. Yes, tell me, Sri Latha, what do you want to ask?
Yeah, ma'am. So if it is a B, C are the variable means the values which holds the
Yes, yes.
are
These
the
are the
integer,
values. These are
right?
the literals also. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So all the variables are also called as objects.
Okay. Like here we could see 5 types of literals, right, ma'am? In the literals we know string, float. Also we know what is that collection literals, huh?
Yes. Now, see, the thing is, students who are not even aware of what is string, what is bool, what is float, what is input, and I need to explain each and everything to you. Okay. So this is
Yeah.
just a
Okay.
start, and we are doing this from the basic level, from the scratch level. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Hey,
Thank you.
no problem. Okay. Let's proceed further. Now, what is a definition of variable? A variable is an identifier whose values can be changed during the execution of the program. Okay, so a variable is an identifier whose value can be changed during execution of the program. Okay, now please remember rules for using identifiers or variables in Python program. We must follow the following rules. The variable a name is a combination of alphabets, digits, and a special symbol underscore only. The first letter of variable must start either with an alphabet or underscore. Okay. Now, like 1 ABC is equal to 23. This is invalid. Okay. Whenever we'll do Sal 1, 2, 3 is equal to 45, that is valid. So how? It is a combination of alphabet, digit, and a special symbol. So variables are the combination of alphabet, digits, and special symbols. Like Sal 1, 2, 3 is equal to 45. It's valid. Whenever we'll do 1 ABC is equal to 23, that is invalid. If we'll type underscore Sal is equal to 4.5, that is also valid. Okay, underscore is always valid. So $sal is equal to 4.5, that is invalid. Swati has raised the hand. Okay, Swati, tell me. Yes, tell me. You want to ask any question?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, you told that only we have to use a special character, special symbol as a underscore, right? Combination of underscore, we can able to give an other symbols also. Like you have told, right? Underscore 1, 2, 3 equal to 5.6. It is a valid.
Yes, it is. See, I am showing which is valid and which is not. Underscore 1, 2, 3 is equal to 4.5. That is valid. Okay.
And this one also you told, no, ma'am. SAL 1, 2, 3 equal to 45. Equal to is a special symbol, right?
See, but we have already told you that it's a combination of alphabets, numerics, and the special symbol. Which is a special symbol? It is underscore only.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
understand.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Students, you need to remember that the special symbol is just underscore. It's mentioned here. It's mentioned here. Alphabet, digit, and a special symbol underscore only. It's mentioned. So don't get confused. The first letter of variable must start either with an alphabet or with underscore. It cannot be started with even a numerical or a digit. We cannot start it with even a digit. Okay, one student have a question. Just a second. Yes, Bikaspati, tell me.
Hi, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes,
is it possible to use underscore and then again other symbol like dollar and everything? Is it valid?
No, students, it's mentioned here that it is just an alphabet, numeric, and underscore only.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
fine.
Uh,
Okay, now Rajiv. Yes, Rajiv, tell me.
what's the difference about invalid and valid?
What do you want to ask?
The difference about invalid and valid.
See, your voice is not audible. Can you please do one thing? Can you do me a favor? Can you please type the question in the chat box so that I'll understand it better?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. So let me show you the examples. Let me show you the examples now. Then what I did is $sal is equal to 4.5. It should be valid. So as I told you that it should start with either with the alphabet or with underscore only. After underscore, we can use the alphabet also. We can use the numeric or a digit also. We can use the digit also. See, underscore 123 is equal to 5.6. It's valid. Underscore 123, then underscore is equal to 5.6. It's again valid. Okay. Then underscore sal underscore is 556. It is also valid. Students, is this clear to you? Please, sorry, please confirm, is this clear to you? Okay, some student has raised the hand. Okay, let me answer the question. Venkata Satya, okay. Please unmute yourself.
Hi, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, why we use underscores, ma'am?
What do you want to ask?
Why we use underscores?
Why do we use? I am telling you, this is the only special symbol we can use. This is the only special symbol we can use. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, now I have a question in the chat box. Okay. Fine. Let's proceed further. Let's proceed further. See, it's mentioned here, no special symbols are allowed within variable name except underscore. Okay. Now, note, Rajiv Sharma, how to know difference invalid and valid. How to know the difference in invalid and valid. Whenever you'll process this thing, okay, let me show you. Let me show you. See. See, it's accepted. Now, what I'll do is, we got the error. We got the error, student. So what is valid and what is not? Is it clear? It's valid. Students, is this clear that how is it valid and how is it is not? One student had a question. Rajiv Sharma. Rajiv, is it clear to you? What is valid and what is invalid? Is it clear to you now? Okay, there is one more message. Okay. See, that is what I'm mentioning you, students. That is what I am mentioning you. It's mentioned here. Let me show you. Let me show you. It's mentioned here. Just a second. See, it's a combination of alphabet, digits, and the special symbol underscore. The first letter either should be a variable name, either an alphabet, or it should be an underscore. It should be underscore. I have given the examples also. Okay. Now, please remember one thing. You need to remember one thing. Note, hash is used for commenting in Python. Don't forget that hash is used for commenting in Python. Okay. So whenever we'll type sal is equal to 45, that is valid. Employee sal is equal to 5.6, that is invalid. Whenever we type sal, then hash, then employee is equal to 56. Why it's valid? Because sal will be printed. Salary will be printed. Sal is 45 printed. Okay. Sal will be 45. Why? Because hash employee will be taken as comment. Student, is this clear? This is very important. That hash employee will be taken as comment. Okay. Some students has a question. Some student has a question. Yes, Bikashpati, tell me. Please unmute yourself.
Hi, ma'am. It's me, Cherry again.
Sorry.
It's me, Cherry. Hello.
Okay, you're Cherry. Okay,
Yeah.
tell me, Cherry.
Ma'am, I didn't get this point. Sal hash employee. Why it is valid?
See, it's mentioned here. Whenever I'll do this thing, whenever I'll type sal hash employee is equal to 56, it will definitely go to the first digit only. Sal is equal to 45. Hash employee is equal to 56. It is used for commenting in Python only. This hash is used for commenting. So it will take sal is equal to sal is 45 will be printed. Okay, hash. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Why we are unable to use it? Because it is used for commenting only. It will take it as a comment. Okay. Okay, student. Thank you, Cherry. Yes, one more question. Just a second. Who else wants to ask the question? Gopal Krishna. Yes, tell me, Gopal Krishnan.
Good morning, ma'am.
Very good
In
morning.
this one, we can type as a sal only. We cannot type in a full form. Why we are
See,
using only a short form, ma'am?
see, we are using sal is equal to 45. We are, as I'm telling you, I'm just giving you an example that whenever we'll
Okay.
type sal hash employee, hash is just for commenting. Okay. I'm just giving an examples to you. And
what I'm asking you, it is why we have to use as a only sal. Why we cannot use salary?
you can use salary also. We are
Okay.
using the short
Full-
forms only.
Okay.
Okay.
And also, can you explain the third point, ma'am? Sal hash employee 50 equal to 56 is valid like that. And the second point is why it's not valid. It is without hash, so that it is not invalid.
Students, see, whatever we are discussing in the class, what you need to do is, you have already downloaded the Python programming. Yesterday, have you downloaded it?
Yes, I have did, but I couldn't open that one.
Why? Please open it and try to practice these programs. Okay, whatever we are doing in the class, I'll share the PDF with you, students. Okay, what you need to do is you need to practice it all the day.
Okay. And also, but for me, that Python screen is opening as 3.11 model docs 64 byte like that. It's coming for me, man. But I don't know how can I download the proper screen for this one.
How to see, the thing is, already are you downloading it from the official website only?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just try to download it again. In case you have any query about it, and let me clear that to you. You can call or contact our team also. That will also help you out in that case.
Oh,
Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
No problems. Yes, one more student has a question. Yes, Swati, tell me.
Ma'am, yesterday I downloaded that what you have told at python.com, python.org. In that same I got that what pop-up you got yesterday, like it's a modify, remove. That pop-up only that pop-up only came.
Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll check it with my team. I'll check it in my PC also. In case you have any query, I'll help you out in tomorrow's session.
Sure. Thank you.
I'll help you out in tomorrow's session.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, students. How to know is this place? Ma'am, please tell me what and where to download. Okay. See, the official website is www.python.org. You need to go to that, and there you'll see the downloads. You need to download Python 3.11, which is the latest version of Python. Okay, let me go ahead. Which it is a latest version of Python. Ma'am, we can use in VS Code as well, right? See, what you need to do is you just need to go through the official website. You need to download it from the official website. You cannot use the VS Code. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Now, whenever we'll type sal-employee 56, that is also invalid. Why? I have given you only hash will be accepted, but hash is used for commenting purpose. No other symbol can be used. Okay. No other symbol can be used except underscore. No keywords to be used as variable name. Keywords are reserved words in programming language, and they give specific meaning to the compiler. So no keyword, if is a keyword, else is a keyword. So all such keywords are reserved words in programming language. Whenever we'll start with the programming language, whenever we'll start with the programming, you'll come to know about the keywords. So the keywords are reserved in programming language, and they give special meanings into the compilers. Okay, so whenever we'll type else is equal to 45, so you should not use the keywords. If we'll type else is equal to 45, why? else invalid because else will be a keyword. So they are reserved. Else one will be valid, only else will be invalid. Okay. You want me to show you? You want me to show you? You want me to show you? Okay, no problems. Some students want me to show it to them, or some student doesn't want it. So you need to remember only that else is a keyword, else one is equal to is valid, but else and if are invalid. They are reserved keywords in programming language. Okay. All variable names are case sensitive. All variable names are case sensitive. Okay. Like whenever we'll type, let me show that to you. Let me show that to you. That will be more helpful. That will be more helpful. Just a second. If let's type age is equal to 27. Then if I'll type age is equal to 27. All these are valid. If I'll type age is equal to 27, it's valid again. And if I'll type "27", 22, okay. Let me type like this. Now what I'm going to do is print age, and then we have got the answer. We have got the answer. Now the same if else is equal to 45. Let me show it to you. We have got the error. Why? Because this is a keyword. If I type else 1 is equal to 45, see, it's acceptable. It's acceptable. If I'll type, it's also acceptable. If is equal to 45, we again got the error. So hope it's clear to you, students. So hope it's clear to you. So all the variables are case sensitive. All the variables are case sensitive. It is always recommended to use user-friendly variable names. It is always preferred to use user-friendly variable names. Like we should not type total salary of an employee is equal to 42. This is valid. As one student asked me that why can't we type salary in spite of sal is equal to 45. See, salary is also valid, but it is not recommended. So we should use user-friendly variable names. Okay. If we'll type like this, total sal underscore employee is equal to 45. That is valid also, and that is recommended also. Let me show you. Like I'm typing total salary of an employee is equal to 45. It's valid, but it is not recommended. So what should we do? If I'm typing like this, is equal to 45. It's valid and recommended also. It's valid and recommended also. Student, is this clear? Till here, I hope I'm clear to you guys. Okay. So tomorrow there will be the session. There will be the session of data science in Python. Tomorrow, no, we cannot use the space bar, students. We cannot use the space bars. Okay, we cannot use the space bars in the programming. Okay. Okay. So in next session, we'll discuss about the data science in Python. See, it's mentioned here, ma'am, why 1 ABC is equal to 45 invalid. See, I have told you earlier also. I have told you it's mentioned here. The first letter either should be of variable name or the first letter of variable name should always be first letter should be always alphabet or underscore. Whatever you want to know, you just go through my notes. You will come to know each and everything. Okay, in case you have any doubt, just go through the notes. Everything will be clear to you. Okay, students. Okay, I'll take care. I'll take care. But what happens, students, if I'll take the questions at the last, in case they have any problems, if they won't be able to clear you, I need to go through the whole task again. Okay, but no problem. No problem. I'll try to do it. In the earlier sessions, we are doing it in between and later, but later we'll do it at last. Okay. Okay, Harshvardhan. Okay. No problem. Thank you, students. That's all for the session today. That's all for the session today. So tomorrow what we are going to discuss about the data science in Python. Okay, data science in Python. So please enjoy your day, keep practicing and rest. In case you have any doubt, we'll discuss in the class tomorrow. Thank you, students. Have a nice day. Bye.